Hi Capricorn, welcome to your April 2023 Life Sector Tarot reading with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So quick note, these readings are purely tarot. There's no astrology involved in these, so watch them for your sun, your moon and your ascendant to see which one speaks to you and to get a more complete picture. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look. So basically the Astro Tarot readings are they're too long already. I'm trying to find a way to shorten them because a lot of people seem to have a short attention span, although I can't imagine it's my Capricorns, to be fair. But you know, I that's why I wanted to take this part of the reading out of those so that it doesn't end up being like way too long, and you can sort of digest them easily. All right. Okay, so for your actions and plans, you have the Page of Pentacles, or the Daughter of Pentacles in this deck. I love this deck. It's one of my favorites, actually. Right, so working very hard on some personal plans at this moment in time with the Chariot card. So that's success over things or personal projects that you're setting into motion over the course of this month. And you've also got the Strength card, right? So what do we see here? You've got the Chariot card, which is number 7. Then you've got the Strength card, which is number 8. Now, the reason this is important is because you've got a sequence of numbers 7, 8, right? So what this tells me is there is an acceleration of your plans this month. So something that maybe you had thought you had more time with, maybe something that you thought, you know what, I'm going to take my time with this in order to get it out, and all of a sudden plans switch up and they start to move very quickly. This does suggest that things might feel a little bit unstable, because the thing about Capricorn energy is you guys build steady, stable and for the long haul, right? Whereas this month is probably going to be a little bit more tumultuous. It's going to be a lot faster than you it's going to be a lot faster than maybe you like your events to unfold. But you know, even still, the other thing that comes through with this as well, because you've got this Page of Pentacles, this is likely to be a personal business, a side hustle, a project of some sort. The plans that you set into motion this month are going to move much faster than you know, you might think, yeah, you know, I'm going to put this out and it's got time and I've got time to kind of to do the Capricorn thing. Not going to happen. It's going to be fast, it's going to be dynamic, and it's going to be kind of like bam, 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 which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? This month is definitely going to take you out of your comfort zone in some regard. Now, the other thing with that Chariot card, remember that is the quickness energy, but it's also success energy. So I really like this for you, and I actually really like this for your results, you know, for the results of the plans that you set into motion. Wrong deck, Raph, what are you doing? When it comes to your career and your communications, you have the 3 of Wands, right? So lots of planning for the future at this moment in time, and that 3 of Wands does suggest not only a quick development, but a development in the career sector along the lines that you would like it to go. So it's like things are moving in the direction that you would like them to move, which is great. You've also got the Queen of Swords, or the Mother of Swords in this deck. Isn't she just absolutely exquisite? I love this deck, and I was able to manage to get 2 of them. So the person that designed them is called the R Black deck, and they only had a specific number of them, and I was like, I know I'll go through this, so I bought 2 just in case. And I absolutely love them. There's a few things about the card and the cut that I'm not sort of fussed about, but the images are just exquisite. They really are. Now, fanboy geek moment of my tarot cards over. The Queen of Swords with that 3 of Wands, this does suggest that over the course of this month, there is going to be something that you have to kind of maybe have a challenge or a battle with when it comes to the career, potentially with a person that seems to be stood in the way or blocking your success in some regard. But it's like by really sort of saying what you feel and sticking to the facts, that's actually how you're going to get past this. And you may end up turning an enemy into an ally this month, which is definitely the way forward. Then you've got the Daughter of Wands, so the Page of Wands. So what do we see here? Two things. The first one, you got the Page of Swords with the Strength card. So whatever's happening in the career sector this month, do be more than aware that this is going to go right the way through until August. So whatever you're setting into motion at the moment, whatever's happening with work, studies, etc., this takes you well into the summer and right into August. Now, on top of that, you also see that you've got the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Two pages represents disquiet. So I'm going to tell you straight up, some work and or personal project plans are about to get a little bit loud, all right? Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, I love this. I love this for the right amount of pissed off to create or to get into your creative energy. That you've got the push that you need is coming from the external world, potentially from an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or an older woman who maybe gives you the right challenge. You know, when someone says something to you about what you do and you're like, you take it really personal, and then like your brain starts ticking and you're like, okay, well, fuck you, I'm gonna make this work for me. For maybe just me, I don't know. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, same energy, right? You've got a boss, a supervisor, maybe even just a colleague who thinks they're a superior to you, is giving you the challenge that you need, but it's going to fire up your creativity, which is great, which kind of backs up your Astro Tower as well, which is quite interesting. For those of you that are... oh, come on, brain. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, it looks like you're taking something back to the drawing board this month. This, for those of you that own your business, it looks like you're starting to get back into that energy of Capricorn to refine something, but it's like you're going back to the creative stage, to the ideas phase, and asking yourself, okay, where can I have more fun with this? What I'm seeing in my mind is you stood there with a big canvas and a massive sort of paintbrush, just going at it, hammer and tongs, but it's like you're starting with a blank canvas. So some project, some idea, you're going back to the beginning with, which I think is a good thing. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this month I want you to fight for your creativity. I want you to fight for your space to enjoy and to really have space to get into that creative sense of self. For your love and relations, you've got the Five of Swords. So there are potentially tough conversations in the relationship this month. With the Devil card, that is your energy there, right? So this is potentially you not budging or compromising on something, which isn't always a bad thing, right? There comes a point where we have to kind of lay or set some firm boundaries. Then you've got the Four of Cups. So two fours suggests that the relationship, so for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, the relationship is potentially giving you some sleepless nights here. You know, you got two fours, which is insomnia. You got that Devil card in the middle, and it's almost like maybe there's an impasse here in the relationship this month. There's something that it's almost like you can't get past it. You're refusing to back down. Maybe your partner's refusing to back down, and so there's this energy of a stalemate here somewhere. Sorry, that's not a four. It's a Five of Swords. Okay, so to backtrack, it's not insomnia, but I do feel like there is that emotional stagnancy because it's the Four of Cups, right? The Four of Cups with the Devil card. And so it's like there's an impasse here of some sort that could potentially be causing an issue. So rather than it causing you sleepless nights, it's potentially just causing arguments or disputes, especially because you've got those two pages which represents disquiet, right? So it's an interesting energy for you guys. For those of you that are single and ready to mingle, for those of you that are in situationships, this month I would advise you, if you are in an on-again, off-again relationship, if you're in a situationship, it's going to get loud this month and it's going to start to affect your work. At that point, I think most Cappies will be like, you know what, this is definitely not worth my time, but just something to be mindful of. And then when it comes to your money and materials, you got the Ten of Cups. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Lush. With the High Priestess, okay, so Capricorns are making them hidden money moves this month. Okay, I'll see you. With the Three of Cups, so potentially for a select few of you, this is either a business idea and or project that you are doing with, potentially with a friend, potentially with a sibling, for some of you, or at least a family member or someone that feels like family. I love this for you revisiting the High Priestess, the Three of Cups, revisiting an idea to make more money, the Ten of Cups, but you're not talking about it yet. This is very much under wraps. This is something that you're working away on behind the scenes. So aside from whatever else you've got going on with things that are moving quickly, and maybe this is the case, maybe whatever you put out moves so quickly that it starts to bring in money and you're like, okay, what was I waiting for? What was the hold up? And then it starts to, you start to need to ask questions of, okay, is this able to support and sustain me enough in order to leave behind the day job? It will be an interesting question for those when it comes to your physical health and vitality. This is a lot of water, right? So I'm going to say this to you. When it comes to your physical health and your vitality, this would be a really good month for you to start paying attention to the liquids that you're ingesting. So if you're drinking like excess amounts of coffee or, energy drinks or anything like that, this is a good time to pay attention to that. It's also a really good time to pay attention to your hormonal system, right? I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but it's definitely an area that you might want to pay attention to this month. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, this is some really wonderful news that comes into the family, into the home in specific or particular. For some of you, this is literally a pregnancy. So for some of you, this is going to be a surprise pregnancy as well. So, surprise! Right? But either which way, I think it will be great news. And for those of you that are not in that space or not wanting to be in that space, it will be coming from within the family. So if you've got kids, it's probably one of them, if they're of age, etc. If not, then it will be like an extended family member, maybe like a sister or something like that. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.